Every now and then on Ben's menu, we have local schools come in to see how we go about making the show. This is a really important day because today's school is taught by my little brother Grant, who you guys all know at home. You've seen him on the show before. He's brought along his class. This is Dion from his class. What is the class? What class are you taking?
English Extended.
And what are you studying in this class?
Music text and how to be critical.
So this is a media text, isn't it? The show that we're making here today. So what have you learnt about media texts and how to be critical about those media texts?
We've learnt how to read it and find out the important information, what they're trying to get across.
So what Dion is saying is that this show is extremely important and the information in this show is extremely important. We're going to make curried egg sandwiches today. I'm going to show you how to pimp them up a little bit. Dion, thank you so much. I'll go and let you sit down with the rest of your class and enjoy how we make Ben's menu.
Thanks.
Dion's gone back to sit down and I've got Grant, his teacher, and my brother up to go through the recipe with us. And you're going to chat to us about what the class has been learning about while we go through this recipe.
Yep, so, while we're going through it, not right now?
No, let's do it. Well, we can chat while we go through it.
Okay, good, this is how I like to work.
Cook and talk.
Sounds good.
Can you put the eggs in the bowl for us?
Sure thing.
So in with that, start mashing those up.
Yep.
Once you get them mashed up, put in some of the curry powder.
Yep.
So curried egg sandwiches, the classic curried egg sandwiches uses Keen's curry powder, which is, I think Keen's has been around for about 100 years.
Yep, well, Nan used it, didn't she?
Yep, and a great mixture of spices in a Keen's curry powder. I'm going to add into that some Kewpie mayonnaise. So we're going to pimp up Nan's old classic curried egg sandwiches.
Yep.
So about a tablespoon of Kewpie. You know what Kewpie is?
I do. Kewpie mayo.
What's
really
Kewpie?
It's Japanese mayo, isn't it?
Japanese mayonnaise.
Great.
You put Kewpie on anything, I reckon.
You can. I actually wasn't really, I knew of it, but until you actually went into MasterChef and then came out the other side and started mixing a bit of lemon zest and a bit of lemon juice with it and then putting it with a few of the lamb burgers and stuff like that, I didn't realise it was that kind of diverse.
Yeah.
But now it's awesome with everything.
It's a good base, it's a really good base mayonnaise. It's a whole egg mayonnaise made using mirin as the vinegar. So it's a little bit sweeter than a normal mayonnaise. I'll use that and throw in some Dijon mustard.
Yep.
About a teaspoon of Dijon mustard in as well. I'm going to add in just some chopped chives.
So while you're doing that, Benny, when you were at school, what were your favourite subjects? What did you used to get involved in most when you were there?
I love science. And I think, for me, a subject is so dependent on the teacher.
Yeah. I think everyone really remembers who that teacher was to them, you know, and it also makes that subject that much better.
Yeah. All right, so that's looking pretty good. The last thing I'm going to add is avocado. Avocado is really high in good fats, so it carries flavour really well. And if you get one that's nice and ripe, and how do you test ripeness of avocados?
So basically I go into the supermarket, I feel it a bit and I think, hold on, this bit here I don't want to feel, I want to touch the top. Is that right?
Well done.
Am I doing it right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So a Hass avocado, which is this one, the riper it gets, it'll start to go purple and then black.
Yep.
Starts off green. And you want to test the ripeness by squeezing at the top here. Because there's a massive stone in the middle there, if I squeeze, the stone gives me a warped sensation of how ripe the avocado is. So you just want a little bit of give around the top.
How's that one? Oh, that's good.
Yep.
Okay.
And you want it to be sort of few little green tinges, but purple.
Okay.
So we're going to cut this open.
And
run your knife around.
Do you have a trick to get that stone out? What do you do with that?
So with the stone,
yeah,
it's just knife and twist.
Okay.
For me.
Yep.
And then, and I cut it in the skin. So the skin becomes a little holder for you. Run your knife through it. So dice it that way, and then turn around and go that way.
Yep.
And then if you use a spoon, just a normal dessert spoon, and you can use the spoon to scoop it out. And then your hands stay nice and clean, and you get the dice into your mix. And I've got clean hands.
Cool.
A little squeeze of lime, because the acidity in that will help.
Okay.
Other avocado in. So we really are pimping up this sort of curried.
Nan would have never. I couldn't see Nan making this one at home, really.
Imagine if we went out to Nan's and this was the curried eggs.
Bit of avocado and Kewpie mayo in there.
Yeah, she'd have no idea what was going on.
Nah.
God bless her.
We wouldn't have any idea what was going on. I'd be like, what's this, Nan?
Salt. Definitely need to season. So acidulation or acid and salt is what turns the volume up on flavour. So if you don't want to change the flavour that's in there, you just want to make the flavour, so take it from volume 5 to volume 8. Yep. You add a little bit of acid, juice of citrus juice of some kind, and a good pinch of salt, and it will turn the volume up. So if you want to pass that bread, pop the bread on the chopping board, cut some slices to make our
Now do you want this one on?
Yeah, fire that up.
Okay.
Because what we're going to do is we're going to get a nice little bit of char and some colour on one side of our bread, and the other side we'll leave soft. So you get a little bit of crunch. Scientifically, it has been proven that crunch in food actually helps with flavour, which is weird.
Kind of draws people to it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Crunchy.
So you think of the best chips that you've had, they're crunchy.
They are crunchy, aren't they?
So crunch in food, and I learnt that off good old Matt Preston, taught me that it's been scientifically proven that if food is crunchy, it tastes better. And if Matt Preston tells you something about food, you listen.
Yeah.
A little bit of butter. You could drizzle oil on here if you wanted to. I'm just going to put a little bit of butter on one side of our piece of bread because we're only toasting one side. Once I've got the butter on there, mate, throw them into the griddle pan, butter side down.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to bar mark this side. We'll bring them out. Then we're going to lay down our curried egg. We'll put some alfalfa. Classically, alfalfa goes with curried egg sausages.
Yep.
Curried egg sausages. Classically, alfalfa goes with curried egg sandwiches.
Yep.
And then some rocket there. So we might do one with alfalfa, one with rocket, and then you've got a choice.
Okay, beautiful.
There we go, mate. Nice and crunchy.
Looking
some
good.
Bar marks.
All right, do you want me to get some of this curried egg on there?
Yeah, so you got curried egg on those ones.
Beautiful.
That can be our bottoms.
Yep.
I'll grab our alfalfa.
Yep.
This is highly underrated alfalfa. I love it.
What's highly underrated is curried egg sandwiches.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah. There we go.
There's a lot of bread there.
There is.
All right, so alfalfa on this one. Some rocket. Rocket's peppery.
Rocket, good. And again, we have used a sourdough, but Nam wouldn't have used sourdough.
No, it'd be plain white bread.
Yep, all right.
Okay, pop the lids on.
Ready to go?
Pop that on. Cut this bad boy in half. Which one would you have? Alfalfa or would you go Rocket Man?
Rocket.
We better get into it.
Yeah, all right. Well, thank you very much for having me in my class here today.
You're welcome.
Yep, thank you.
Class. I hope you learned something.
If you're watching now, I'll see you at school.